is your menopause or the decline in your hormones and that shift causing your hypothyroidism? Let's dig into that. So we talked previously about hormonal imbalances in terms of excess estrogen causing problems with the thyroid. Now we want to talk about decreasing levels of estrogen. As those go down, so too does the function of your thyroid. So estrogen is important in keeping those levels up. And of course, in menopause, as your ovaries begin to kind of shut down the shop and make less estrogen, you're going to have this in menopause cause problems because your thyroid has, we'll call this the thyroid gland, it has estrogen receptors. When the body needs to crank up the metabolism, estrogen plays a role there. It is able to communicate with the thyroid to say, hey, let's get things pumped up here. And when you have low estrogen, therefore you get less stimulation to the thyroid gland. And thus, as a result, you're going to get less T4 production, okay? As well, estrogen also goes up to, remember we talked previously about this thing called the HPT axis, and the P in that axis is the pituitary gland. And the pituitary has receptors for estrogen. The pituitary gland also accepts communication via estrogen. And so when estrogen is low, the pituitary does not produce enough what's called TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, that goes down. So there's a double whammy effect here. When you have low estrogen, you get less production of T4 because the thyroid is not being communicated to correctly by that. As well, the pituitary shuts down its TSH communication to the thyroid, further lowering T4. So if you are in perimenopause or definitely into menopause and you're dealing with these hormonal shifts, you're actually getting a double whammy. If you're in that weight gain status, if you're in the, gosh, I'm just feeling like I'm having trouble managing my moods, you get a lot of brain fog, that's a thyroid component to what's going on here. And we want to make sure that we deal with this. So getting your estrogen properly tested, getting these hormone markers properly tested in regards to the thyroid is very important. So in our office, from a functional medicine perspective, we want to comprehensively test what's going on. And for you, in your experience, you probably have not had that done. In fact, I bet your doctors have not done that. So in this case, you've got a great opportunity. If you go to the description for this video, there's a link to have a call with us. Free call. We spend up to 30 minutes with you, answering questions about this, your own thyroid problems, and or questions about functional medicine, how that looks in our office. We answer those questions for you free of charge. And we also want to make sure that what's going on with you is something that we think we can help with, that it's a good fit. And if it is, this might really be your lucky day in finally getting to the root cause of what's going on with your health here now that you're in menopause. So take advantage of this call.